Hello, my name's Tom Kyle. It's Monday, the 8th of September 2014. This is a follow-up article on Chris Spivey and how he's no good. And I'll just give you a bit of background. What happened was, I was meaning to do this over the last couple of days, maybe 3 or 4, maybe up to 5 days ago. I should have done it maybe, but it's good that I didn't. Sometimes these things, you procrastinate, it's actually good. What it is that I was going to explain how when these COINTELPRO agents get revealed for what they are by somebody who puts it in a format that's very easy to understand, it doesn't really matter how many people see it. They see it, and then all of a sudden the whole illusion is broken. Right now, you've got to remember, a lot of these people are one-shot deals, so whoever's paying them is paying them. But if they immediately go, but there's this guy called Tom Cahill and he's slagging me off, and he's basically seeing through the whole thing, and anyone who watches him, can't we do something to try and divert his attacks on finding operating very difficult? They'll be like, fuck off, they won't pay them any more money, or they'll pay them for another couple of months. And they'll want them to wind stuff down because it's a one-hit deal with them. They don't want to actually waste time protecting their agents unless they're really high up. So with Spivey, that will be what's happened right now. Basically, I was going to draw attention, as I said, I would have actually done the video before this one had come out. But you see, as I said, it's the 8th today, and on the 5th of September, there was this article he put out, and as I've said, he's been obviously winding down his operations massively. He's putting out these kind of non-stories and hardly writing anything, even repeating old stories in his new stories, stuff like that. All stuff I've never noticed him to do before. But basically, on the 5th of September, he put this one called The Knobby Knockers, which is just ridiculous. I don't even know what it's to do with. But basically, it's got this thing about the police knocking on his door and saying they're going to change the day for him to go in to answer his bail conditions. Again, trying to reinforce the fact that he was arrested when he wasn't arrested. Because how can you give someone bail if they, don't even answer the door? I mean, obviously, they can give you anything they want if you're stupid enough to take it. But which he obviously was, if his story's to be believed, which I don't necessarily think it is. But I'm inclined to believe it. I don't really think he knows what he's doing, and I think he's been squeezed from both ends. That's what I think's happening. So I think he was kind of co-opted or been allowed to say things for a purpose, and then they started to put the squeeze on him. Anyway, I've dealt with that in other situations. But he's got this disgusting picture of on the 5th of September 2014. It says, "Relax, man, it's Friday. Don't get your nipples in a knot." And it's got this picture of this kind of woman's nipples in a knot tied together. I don't know if it's a sort of fake image or a real image, but it's completely disgusting. And this is the kind of thing they do. I don't know whether he started befriending Maloney and endorsing him, which is totally against what he normally would have said in the past, because he was told to, or because, as in he was told to wind down his operations for some reason. So it's totally unrelated to people scrutinising him, or whether it was because they were actually using it because they wanted to start endorsing Baloney and get Baloney to do more stuff and widen his audience appeal. That's what I think it was, and that's why they had this Chloe George's mum coming on and claiming to set up this ridiculous website that she's claiming was done on her daughter's YouTube channel. And her daughter's apparently called Chloe George, and her name's Daniel De Veritas or something. Anyway, right, so today I look on the site just to see if he's put anything else up, because again, as I said, the frequency of the articles has dropped right down. So the last one was on the 5th of September. Before that, there was another one on the 5th, and another one on the 5th. They're basically nothing articles. One on the 3rd, one on the 1st. Again, all pretty much nothing articles. Then there's this one on the 7th of September, right, being yesterday, called Exodus, but I'm 6 hours ahead, so he could have put that on at night time. I would have missed it. Exodus, and it's something to do with the Telegraph, and it's talking about this story of these people who've left the country to live in France to have this baby because they thought the social services that they were going to take the baby away, and then the English social services have gone across there. Now the thing with this is, right, this all sounds like a completely newsworthy, interesting thing to talk about. But then what happens is, as you go further down, right, it says that this couple, their English solicitor, is Brendan Fleming. Now, Brendan Fleming is linked to Belinda Mckenzie and Options Not Adoptions, this scam, which is not a charity, but they say it's got trustees to imply it's a charity, and it's a scam to, basically torment and divert people who, you know, are going to have their children taken away. Now, apparently this Brendan Fleming's a complete retard. I've never met him. I've never even looked at anything of him, but I've been reliably informed he's a complete retard. So he's completely incompetent anyway. He's very dishonest, and he's just a complete useless cunt. Well, he's a typical English solicitor, but this one's even worse because he's working with Belinda Mckenzie, who ran options, not adoptions. So the thing is, now he's even dropped his guard, or is deliberately crashing and burning, causing his whole operation to crash and burn, so he doesn't have to have an excuse for dropping it. Do you see what I mean? He's trying to turn people off him. That's what it could be, because he's mentioning people who are linked to Belinda Mckenzie. Now, this is just amazing how it happens exactly how you think it's going to happen. So, like, it couldn't be more textbook. Again, you can never be absolutely definite what they're doing, but this whole, like, controlled implosion thing, it's what they always do, because he can't just literally stop his website when people start saying that, actually, yeah, what's he talking about, endorsing Bill Baloney, and Bill Baloney endorses Peter Tatchell and's never taken it back, despite the fact he's a pro-paedophile campaigner, you know, and the fact that Spivey went on 3 radio shows saying he didn't get arrested, then he's saying that he did get arrested, despite the fact he said on his site he didn't get arrested, and slagging people off for 1,600 words plus me for saying that he did get arrested, citing the Daily Chimp, as he calls it, the Daily Mail, the Sun, and sort of like the Express, and a couple of other papers saying that he's been arrested. So the whole thing is, and he was actually said that he put in a complaint against the Sun for saying he got arrested, because it was, you know, to the press complaints people, because it wasn't true. So the guy is completely imploding. It's very, very interesting to watch this, though, because you've got other COINTELPRO people like Ian Puddick. You know, he's meant to be making a film, but that film will never happen. I'm sure it will never happen. And then you've got Michael Dougherty, who's just sort of gone quiet because he's got all these fantasy court actions that the courts are playing along with it to some extent. I'm not sure exactly which, but the thing is, you know, he'll never put his citations down on any of his letters or anything, so people can't look them up and find that there isn't actually any court cases. The whole thing is a fucking fabrication, right? And same with Ian Puddick. Again, Ian Puddick, every single photo of him, he's got this disgusting smirk on his face. It's called Duper's Delight. He's lying to you. He's cheating you. He's working with the police to bring, you know, ridiculous stories just to confuse people and divert their attention. And yeah, so that's it. So Chris Spivey, look on the 7th of this month, and you'll see Brendan Fleming. Belinda Mckenzie has never helped anyone do anything. She just subverts them and causes problems for them. The idea that Brendan Fleming has helped these people, it wouldn't even surprise me these people don't exist. That is it's way possible. But I think these ones do exist. I think other people have told me about them. But the point is, Brendan Fleming will not have done anything to help them, but then they're using this Brendan Fleming thing. I mean, they might not even know who Brendan Fleming is, but he's just saying that they know Brendan Fleming to endorse Brendan Fleming, you see. So Spivey, to say he's sold out, you know, that's an absolute understatement. He might never have been on the right side to sell out, but if you look at this, you know, it's very clear. And what I'm going to do in the description for this video, I'm going to cut and paste the 1,600 words of the previous article where he was just slagging me off for 1,600 words in case people don't believe me. And as I've said before, he doctors his site to make his story straight where he can. So, like, you can't trust him to actually keep up what was up. And actually, I might as well just do it. I'll put in what they were saying about the people the first time when they sort of said you're going to be banned if, going back maybe a month now. Okay, that was me and this other guy. Okay, thanks a lot. I'm being Tom Carhill, and it's Monday the 8th of September 2014. I'd like to know what you think. I really want to make sure that this thing here gets watched by a few people. Not this, but this process of how these people go down, how they wind them down. This is a process. This is done from a textbook, yeah? They can't just stop them broadcasting videos, or they can't just stop them putting blogs up because it's too obvious. They have to wind them down slowly. And you see the way he's doing things, like he's endorsing all these known COINTELPRO people. This is all classic. It's the way they do it. I think it's sort of two purposes. I think it's two opposing purposes, possibly, because some people will then look at those people and be tricked by them. But the other people who know and are a few steps ahead, they'll realise that he's no good after all. They'll just be completely turned off. And then they won't be bothered to say, well, what happened to him? Why hasn't he bothered answering any of the difficult questions? Do you see what I mean? It gets the agent out of this problem. Okay, thanks very much. I'd like to know what you think, so please let me know. Thanks a lot. Bye.